Oh, I'm going to go to Ryan calling from Bel Air, Maryland. Ryan, welcome to the show.
Hey, how you doing, Peter? I wanted to ask you a question about GDP. I got a little debate with somebody about that, and I think GDP is just kind of irrelevant, considering, our GDP can go up when we build a base, in Baghdad or wherever. It's not really, we're not producing really anything of value. Nobody goes out shopping for bases or anything like that. So if that can make our GDP go up, isn't GDP just kind of a number?
Yeah, well, it's not the best measure because if you spend money on stuff that you'd rather not have, it does improve your GDP. So, if you have to spend money building prisons, that helps your GDP. If we have to spend more money on lawyers, that helps our GDP. If there's a hurricane and it blows and it destroys a building and now we have to replace it, it increases our GDP. So there's a lot of stuff that's bad that makes the GDP go up. If we get sick and we have to spend a lot of money on doctors, that makes the GDP go up. I mean, it would be better if we never got sick and we didn't have to spend any money on doctors, or we didn't have to spend money on safes and burglar alarms to protect us from robbers. It'd be better if there was no crime. Right. So in many ways, the GDP does not reflect that. It also doesn't take into account the value of leisure. Most Americans want more leisure. They want to spend more time off. They want to spend more time with their family. But if you do that, it subtracts from the GDP. But if the GDP is going down, because people don't have to work as much and they're able to enjoy more leisure. They're able to just go, and hang out on the beach and swim in the ocean and play ball with their kids. Most people would like to do that rather than work a crappy job all day. But that detracts from the GDP. And sometimes if the government sees the GDP going down, it might be a reflection of good things happening. It might mean the GDP is lower because we're more productive. We don't have to work as hard. We can enjoy more leisure. The government shouldn't see this as, oh, no, we got to stimulate. We got to create inflation. We got to destroy the value of money so people no longer can afford any leisure. We want to make sure that no one's taking a vacation, that everybody is back at work because their money is losing value instead of gaining value. So, no, it is not the best measure, but it's an easy measure for the government to use. And the government, of course, likes GDP because they tax all these transactions. When you're hanging out all day on the beach, you're not paying any taxes. The government wants you earning money and spending money because then the government takes its cut. When you're not doing that, if you take some time off to smell the roses, the government hasn't figured out a way to tax you yet for doing that yet. So they don't want us doing that. They want us constantly transacting with each other so that we pay more taxes. 855-4SHIFT.